everyone, I'm Sophie Morales and this is Sophie's Tips. For those of you who have never seen Sophie's Tips before, we talk about kitchen appliances. We do unboxings, reviews, how-to videos, recipes, everything that you need to make the most of those kitchen appliances that you have at home. And if for some reason you still haven't decided, don't worry, because we see different options, brands, and different models, so you are able to pick the right one for you according to your needs and budget. Today, I'm very excited because summer is here, and with summer, we get these fun appliances that come out. Today, we're gonna see one of them. We're gonna do the unboxing and try for the first time the Ecoviva Slushie machine. It makes different kind of frozen drinks at home, 5 different presets, and it's very easy to use. We're just gonna do 3 steps. You put your favorite drink up top, then you select the preset, and after some waiting, we get our result. So I've never tried one of these before, but I've seen a lot of videos out there showing different brands and different recipes, so I'm so excited to try this one for the first time. Let's get started, but before we do, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This helps us a lot so we can keep showing you different appliances. And if this video works out for you, share it with your favorite person so they can know more about this kitchen appliance. So the first thing we're gonna do is the actual unboxing. I always like to talk about what we see on the box because it gives us a really good idea of what we're expecting of the appliance, and then we can compare those expectations with reality. The first thing we see in front of the box is the brand and the capacity. It is 88 ounces and it gives us a 2-year guarantee, which I always like that promise in an appliance that is more than a year, because it gives me that confidence of saying, well, let's buy this appliance because I have that backup of using the appliance with confidence, and if I have any problems, I could just go back and talk to the brand about it. And then, well, we can see here it gives us the comparison of a frozen drink made in this machine in comparison to a blender, which is very promising. Well, it says that it is very easy to use. You don't need ice or anything. You just get your favorite drink, put it in the top of the machine, then you select the program, and it gives you, after about 15 minutes to an hour, your favorite drink. Now that caught my attention because that's a really big time frame. We're talking about 15 minutes, which is okay. I mean, it's what I would expect a drink to kind of be from a natural state to a frozen state. But then it says that depending on the program, we could get there up to an hour of waiting. So it's gonna be interesting to see what program we select and see how much time it takes to actually make that texture. And right here we have the 5 different presets. It has a slushy preset for pay, which is made more for coffee drinks. Then we have milkshake. Then we have spiked slushie. So if you want to make your favorite pina colada or margarita, you're able to do that. And it has a wine function, which basically what it does is you put in wine and it gives you frozen wine. And the fun part of this is that you can make your drink and it keeps turning and keeps the frozen drink for up to 12 hours, which I think it's a really good time if you're having someone at home or you're making maybe a birthday party or something. I can see myself making that drink, which it has a delay function, so you can put the drink in and then say, well, the party starts in an hour, start preparing it in an hour, and then you have the entire party, the drink just there frozen. Whenever someone needs a drink, you can just serve it. In this side of the box, you can see a zoom in of the control panel. What I can see here is that it is very intuitive. I see that it is really easy to use. It has pictures on it. I don't think we're gonna have any trouble understanding it. And I like that it says that it has a clean function. So it says that it is easy to clean. We're gonna try that out as well. Now, we're gonna open the box. We've taken everything out of the box. This is everything that comes in the box. So we have a lot of documents in there. We have a warranty card, we have the instruction manual, we have an actual user guide with recipes in different languages, and we have a quick start guide. It also comes with 2 separate accessories from the actual machine. We have the handle, that is the one that we're gonna use to be able to serve the drink. And it also comes with the dip tray that comes in 2 separate pieces. And this is the actual machine. It is a very big machine. I actually had to put the box in the ground to be able to lift the machine and be able to take it out of the box. It actually reminds me a little bit of the structure of an espresso machine. It is very similar. The only thing is that it is a little bit bigger. And it does come with a lot of instructions pasted, stamped on the actual machine. The most important one that I want to highlight to you is that once you take it out of the box, you have to wait 2 hours at least for the machine to get settled. This is because just like a fridge, it has some cooling liquids that need to settle if it moved or if it turned some way to be able to actually have the machine operating correctly. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna clean it for the first time, which is another very important instruction that comes pasted on the machine. It says that we have to move this handle in order to disassemble the machine and clean everything. This is the first time that I'm cleaning everything, so I'm gonna show you how I did it, and I'm gonna tell you how easy it was for me to clean it and assemble it and disassemble it. Here we have the slushy machine ready to use for the first time. I have cleaned it and I have assembled it completely. Honestly, it was really easy. I thought it was gonna be worse, and it wasn't. It was very simple. It is even simpler than cleaning some of the food processors and juicers that are out there. The only thing that I had to do was turn this handle to unlock, and automatically I can pull this part over here, the transparent part, the actual container. We had the handle separated. We had the dip tray with its 2 pieces, and it has another 2 pieces inside. So this one at the bottom that we have here is another tray, a gray tray, and the one in the middle that is the spiral that is gonna turn and help us turn the drink from a regular drink to a frozen drink. So once that I cleaned everything, it was really easy to assemble. I put everything back where it belonged, and I turned the handle back to the lock part of it. That's it. It was really easy. And I think once we finish doing this first experiment, I'm gonna try the clean function. It's gonna make it really easy to just finish cleaning from the inside and just rinse everything. I don't think we're gonna have any problems. So now we're ready for the experiment. We're gonna do our first experiment. We're gonna try the milkshake function. For this, I bought chocolate milk that we're gonna put in here, and we're gonna see after this function, the milkshake function, how it turned out. Our milkshake is already preparing, and while we wait, I wanna tell you a little bit of the process that I did to be able to start the machine and my first impressions. And I want to remind you that all of these stickers that you see, the blue ones and all of the guides that you see here up front, you would remove them while you're cleaning the device. In this case, I left them on for the video just as a reference, but once I'm finished doing this unboxing, I'm just gonna remove all of them. And what I did was very simple. I just got chocolate milk, 32 ounces of it, so two different bottles of these ones. And I put them up here. So you open this part over here, and this is where you pour the liquid. Now, in terms of which liquid you want to use, it all depends on the recipe that you're doing, but there's 2 requirements. In the case of sugary drinks, you want to make sure that your drink has at least 6% of sugar content. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of math for that and see how much is your drink and see how much is 6% of that, and see in the table in the back from the nutritional value if you have the actual grams of sugar that you need. But don't worry, if you're not good at math, that's okay. All of the documents have a page where there's a table and it has a guide for you, and you want to see, it has examples of the sizes that you would see, for example, of a soda can or of a larger drink, and you want to make sure that you are within those minimum requirements. And for the second part of it, for alcoholic drinks, there's a range of alcohol content that you need in your drink to be able to get the results for this machine. So you need a content of at least 2.8% of alcohol and up to 16% of alcohol in your drink to be able to use either the slushy drink or the wine drink. And after I added the drink here, it was very simple. I just came down here at the bottom. We have the control panel, which, by the way, it's beautiful. It is touchscreen, it is colorful. Just as you see it in the box, you can see the different drinks and the different colors on it. And it was very easy to use. I just clicked on this one right here, which is the on button. And then I hit on Milkshake, which is the drink that we're doing right now. And I hit the play button right here. And I've just been waiting, and you can see here that it gives us this, that it is working and the process. And I can play around with the thickness, which I didn't. I just left it as the program is suggesting. And another important thing of the drink is that you want to look at the minimum quantity. So it tells you right here that you have to put at least 16 ounces, and you want to be within 16 to 64 ounces. So that's interesting, because when I added the 2 chocolate milks, it was around maybe right here. But now, as you can see, it's been around maybe 15, 16 minutes, somewhere around there. And it's already multiplied to the point that it's gone beyond the maximum level, which gives you a reason why they're giving you a limit. It needs that space to kind of multiply and be able to make that fluff of a drink. And it's been interesting watching the process, I can tell you that much. It started just as some bubbles. As the spiral turned and turned, you could just see bubbles with the chocolate milk. But now you can see that the middle part, when we disassembled the whole machine, we could see that the middle part was stainless steel. Well, that cylinder, I believe, is the one that gives you the cold part. So when the milk gets in touch with that part, that's where it is freezing the drink, and then the other part is scraping off that part. So that's where it's doing all of that process, and that's where you get the ice, and that's where you get all the fluff, and we're eventually getting to a point where I can feel that the drink is almost ready. And another thing I want to comment on is the noise level. A lot of the times when I review or do unboxings of different appliances, that question always comes up. And I can tell you this much. This is a device that is similar to a fridge or a freezer. So it has a device in here, and it has cooling liquids that are helping with the process. So you can hear that level is similar to a freezer when it's working, or a fridge when it's working. And the second thing you can hear is similar to a washing machine, for example. When you hear the spiral in the middle, when it moves at the beginning, you have liquid with the spiral turning and turning. So it's similar to that noise. It is not very noisy, but I can tell you that it has noise. It's not a silent machine. And as time passes, I can tell you the noise level has gone down. So it kind of has leveled up with, I think that once it is starting to have a lot of freezing part up here, it doesn't need to be as powerful down here at the bottom. Which brings me to this part. When you touch this part is having heat coming out of the sides and the back. So if you're placing this appliance somewhere as a permanent appliance, I recommend you leaving some space in the back and on the sides to be able to give it some space to flow with that cold, that heat that is generating from the sides. Tell me in the comments, do you want to know how much electricity is being used by this machine? I have a device that measures this, so if you want to know, just let me know in the comments so I can put a video and post a video about this. After approximately 30 minutes, the machine beeped 3 times, indicating that it was done preparing the drink, that it was ready to serve. And here in the control panel, it changed to the cool function. So as long as I don't turn it off, this is gonna continue cooling for about 12 hours. And after that, it's just gonna turn off. So I served it, I prepared my milkshake, and I can tell you when I was serving it, I felt that it was thick enough to call it a milkshake. And it was really nice while serving it. You can see the fluff. And I added my finishing touches, a little bit of whipped cream and my cherry on top. And now I'm ready to taste it. It is super soft in the mouth. You can feel that it is thick, but it is so light and fluffy inside the mouth that I can really tell you that I could just grab it and drink it all just in one sip, which I'm not gonna do that, but it is frozen. It has the right texture to call it a milkshake, and it tastes delicious. So, now that we've done this experiment, I wanna see how the clean function works. I have finished cleaning the machine. It was actually very simple. The function works really well. All you have to do is empty the container. And after you're done doing that, what you're gonna do is get some tap water and add it to the container. Same way you would add any liquid to prepare a beverage. And you're gonna do that till you get to the max level. Once you get to the max level, what you're gonna do is click on the clean function. And what the machine does is that it's gonna do the same movement that it does while making any of the frozen drinks. The only difference is the machine will not be freezing. It would just turn. So you're gonna see the spiral turn, but it's not gonna be cold. And this will help to clean all the parts that are inside that might have residue of whatever you prepared. I think that's something that I would recommend doing right away when you're done. This will help you to keep it clean and to clean it quickly and fast without having to struggle. And after that, I would just start dispensing the water. And a lesson learned while dispensing the water is get your container that you're gonna use to get that water and try to put it as close to this place as possible. Because since the water is not that dense, it's not that thick, the frozen drinks kind of fall slowly to your glass. In this case, it's gonna fall like a waterfall. And you're gonna empty the container. I did that a couple of times just to help me rinse everything inside. And after that, I did the same process as the first time wash. I just unlocked the machine and I separated all the parts. It was really easy, very simple. Here you have it, the Ecoviva Slushie machine. Some of the things that I loved was that it's easy to assemble, disassemble, and wash. I thought it was a little intimidating when I saw the box. I said, well, this is gonna be really hard to maintain. It wasn't, it was very simple. And it was very easy to use. The control panel is really intuitive. You see the pictures right here. You see the different functions. And as long as you pick your favorite drink that has that sugar level, we set 6% sugar, or that alcoholic beverage that is at least 2.8% up to 16% of alcohol, you're gonna get excellent results. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to make more experiments with this and I'll try to upload videos. And if I do this, I'm probably gonna do one this week. If I do another beverage, I'm gonna add some of that footage into this video so you can see other results. But as you can see, I love this results. I was cleaning the machine. I couldn't stop drinking this milkshake. It's almost gone. So I love it. It's something that I think is fun, something for the summer that could be a great addition to your home. Tell me in the comments, do you have a favorite frozen drink? Do you want a recipe of your favorite frozen drink in this machine? Let me know so I can upload that video. I love reading your comments. And don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, if you think that you're looking for another appliance, just subscribe and let me know in the comments, are you looking for a particular appliance? Maybe I can upload either the unboxing or the review for that. And don't forget to share this video as well. It really helps us out so we can continue uploading videos. Something that I want to note that I noticed while I was trying the machine and that you might not expect is that first the machine lets you know that the drink is done. It beeps 3 times and you can see the cool function starting. But as time passes, the machine notices the beverage is frozen and it does not need to keep that part as cold, so it stops turning. That is normal. I saw it stop turning. I kind of got freaked out for a sec, but after a couple of minutes, it restarted working. And I think it does that to, if it's too cold in here, it kind of gets that temperature up again. And then if it needs that cold again, it goes down again. And that's how it kind of regulates the temperature to make sure that it is not very frozen in here. That said, I was doing a second milkshake while that was happening. So I tried to serve the second milkshake and it didn't serve. The machine was not working, so it was not turning. And you need that turn in order for the beverage to dispense. So it wasn't dispensing. I had to wait for that to start working again, for the inside to be turning again in order for me to dispense that second drink. So you have to be patient in that part. So if you're thinking of maybe doing beverages for kids, you might need to be aware of that. You have times where the machine is not able to dispense your drink. So just letting you know. And if you want to learn more about the Ecoviva brand, I did review another appliance. It is a water filter, a reverse osmosis water filter that I have used every day since I opened that box. It is a really good product. I really recommend it. So I'm gonna leave that video at the end of this video. Tengo miedo. No! Champion.